Yeah, just do your thing. No standings today. Get in the next game. Oh, what? What's Isco?
Okay, you must watch Real Madrid.
And Isco, yeah.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I'll work on that.
You don't know Isco?
Yeah, I know who Isco is. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I told me how to get an Isco.
My bad. I'll work on that one. That's good.
Do you by the chance get the refs' names?
If I have time. I mean, I don't really.
I thought I recognized that one, and I'm like, oh, we're in for some trouble if it's who I think it is.
I hope that's not the case.
Like one of those.
Yeah, I know some of these guys.
Like GROSSMONT.
Yeah, they don't really. Well, you can keep this.
It was on the.
Oh, you can keep it. Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
That was your casual way of.
Well, yeah. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. Oh, you already do? Okay.
I do, and because I was going to watch it.
Which one's your daughter?
Skylar Schmeikler.
Oh, she's great.
I
Great
was
player.
In Colorado during one of their games, and I was going to watch it, but I was driving, so I couldn't. So I was like, darn. I was going to listen to it, but then I had other people in the car, and I don't think they're into soccer like I am.
Right.
And then she called me after the game as I was still in the car, and it wasn't a good game. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I don't need to watch it.
But today will be a different day. And yes, the last game was a really good game. That was a great win. That was awesome.
Amazing.
What a comeback.
Repeated.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But, yeah, every game's a different game, so we're going to find out. We need to come out, right away with a different type of approach. I mean, as far as making sure we put something in the back of the net. Without that, then it makes it tough, and that's what the other teams have been exploiting on us. So you don't want to keep fighting from behind all the time.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's usually once you score that first goal, you got the
Yeah.
momentum. If you're down,
Right.
you're
Right, and you're chasing the game, as they say. Yeah, but yeah, Isco's a freaking fab. There's so many fabulous players on that team. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, if you're zoomed out.
Yeah.
You kind of get it. They look so much
Right.
alike, and one's like 20 and 20.
Right.
It's like, okay, which one is that?
Yeah. Oh man.
Skylar's favorite too,
Okay.
Isco.
We're
Not to mention Isco.
Good luck tonight.
Lift upgrade has started?
We got to wait till the coaches go or the players go out there. Do you see the refs? No, they're way over there. Wait for them. As they get kind of like almost to the center, then you can start raising it up.
Live stream's going anyway just to get it out of the way. I have a shot of the girls anyway. I'm going to start this. Record it. They're starting to walk. Okay.
Welcome to Grossmont High School. Today's game is going to be Grossmont High School versus Valhalla.
Let me know when My father said, John, always remember John 3:16. From Jack Mashin Stadium in El Cajon, the border of El Cajon, and this is going to be Grossmont versus Valhalla and girls varsity soccer. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg GK Porter for GK Sports. We're at the game. Let's get the lineups for both teams. First for Valhalla Norsemen in this girls varsity soccer game. Will Vejar, and Luis Martinez are all the coaches, with Gil being the head coach. Keepers are Sheridan Beasley, Brianna Thompson, and Caitlin DeWint. Number 2 at defender is Sophia Felding. Number 3 at senior is defender Kaylee Lonergan. Number 4 at sophomore at midfield is Talion Burton. Number 5, a sophomore at forward, Riley Wells. Number 6, a freshman at midfield, Victoria Castelli. Number 7, a senior at midfield is Maddie Hagen. Number 8, a senior at defender is Cara Pepper. Number 9, a sophomore midfield, Isabella Coronado. Number 10, a senior midfielder, Kensington Culver. Number 11, the sophomore midfielder is Ariana Rodriguez. Number 12, the sophomore midfielder is Brooke Dalma. Number 13, the senior forward, and that's Bamie DeWint. Number 14, the freshman defender is Kate Boransky. Number 15, sophomore forward, Bethany Sikuti. 16, sophomore defender is Madison Morgan. 17, sophomore forward, Patil Cassidian. Number 18, the senior defender is Ashley Waymeyer. Number 20, the sophomore midfielder is Max Ray. 21, a sophomore midfielder is Cameron Scatlin. 22, junior defender is Annabella Kalchek. Number 3, the senior forward is Carly DeWint. And number 24, the freshman defender is Jenna Smith. And that's the lineup for Valhalla Norsemen. For the home team tonight, the Foothillers of Grossmont. Alexa Gonzalez is number 1, the sophomore. Number 2, Maddie Mayo, the freshman. 3, Cami Carell, the senior. 4, Annalyn Tabazon, the senior. 5, Jennifer Giovingo, the freshman. 6, Lauren Allegard, the senior. 7, Kylie Dees, the sophomore. 8 is Taylor Aguilera. She's the freshman. Mia Foster's the sophomore. She's number 9. 11, Marissa Angarola. She's number 10. Senior, number 11 is Jackie Ramos. Sophomore, number 12, Kira Smingy. She's injured. She's not playing today. The freshman, Carly Kennedy. She's number 13. Victoria Ford is number 14, and she's a sophomore. Sophomore also Skylar Shrinkler. She's number 15. Amber Huff is the senior. She's number 18. 24, the junior, is Jamie Gonello. And a keeper is Ashlyn Dean. So just callers for all you sailors out there, past and present. We're underway from Jack Mashin Stadium. In the orange colors are the Norsemen of Valhalla High School. And in the white with the blue and yellow around those blue numbers is the Foothillers of Grossmont. Victoria Ford will throw it in. Grab a snack or a beverage, maybe both. Sit back and enjoy this one on a beautiful day, Southern California day again here in the middle of winter. Plus 70-degree day out here in El Cajon, maybe even low 80s. Maybe I shouldn't say that for you who are watching on the East Coast. And sent out of play, Amber Huff. Protecting into space. So the Norsemen, their first real rush up the field, will have the corner kick. First corner kick of either team in this match. See what they do with it. As we're just underway. This one's right on line. It's headed up into the air, into the short box, and now Amber Huff will run onto it. Amber sends one down to central. Jackie Ramos will not get to it. It's intercepted by the keeper and sent upfield. DeWent, the keeper. And it goes out of play. No, it's still in play on the far side. Amber Huff gets it back. The Dean went by Kennedy. The Foothillers of Grossmont and White won their last match in a very scintillating fashion in the last quarter of the game. And here's a shot. A service, so to speak, and the save is made by Dean. So Dean makes her first save of the match. And recording the first shot of the match is Valhalla. Final score was 3-2. Grossmont beating the leading team, Granite Hills, giving Granite Hills only their second loss of the entire season, as they are now 10-2-4. In the ultra high def, you didn't get an opportunity to see the end of that match, and we had some technical problems. We are sorry for that, but if you watched it on the live streaming like this is live streaming, then you saw the entire match. Victoria Ford off of a bounce, couldn't connect that time with Jackie Ramos. Jamie Ganello's hustling to try to keep it in, and it's going to be a corner kick as it was touched out off of the Norseman. So the first corner kick of the match for the Foothillers of Grossmont. Playing here at home this week. They started off on Tuesday, and then on Thursday they'll be on the road. Here's the corner. Bending ball, trying to get somebody to connect. They do now with Gonello, and it's in a short box and a save by the keeper. So the Valhalla Norseman, DeWent getting her first save of the match and the first shot by the Foothillers. And that's a good play there off the free kick to get a strike and make the keeper have to not make an easy save, make a tough one. The Norseman now going back down the field on a counterattack, working out wild to Wells, and that one is short. So they get their second shot, but that one's not on target. Sir Amber Huff. The sun setting out here in the West Coast. Hopefully you're having a great evening if you're in the middle of the country and on the East Coast watching this on the GK Sports YouTube channel. Subscribe to us. Be able to see all our sports now and in the future. Primarily it'll be soccer, but there'll be some other sports that we'll be doing. George Langevin, who is bringing you the sights and sounds. There's a depth at doing baseball as well as soccer. So we may be seeing some of that together on the live streaming aspect of things. Hasn't been done yet on GK Sports. In fact, the first few have been in soccer for our first time ever in high school soccer on GK Sports. Norseman get their passing game going out wide. Intercepted, nicely done by Huff. And that ball is out of play. So the throw in for Valhalla. Valhalla, another school out in El Cajon that I mentioned. The last one, Granite Hills. And we will see them out there at their place in the very last match of the year of the GROSSMONT Hills League, which you are watching play from in its girls varsity match. Over to the outside from Amber Huff to Gonello, and it is sent out of play. And a Ranger star is able to play to start off this match. Jamie Gonello, and her shot was blocked. That is the first time I ran into Coach Fernando Ramos, along with Nick Ager and Megan Long, the coaching staff for the Foothillers. A double-digit victory team in GROSSMONT Foothillers with the 10 victories, 5 defeats, and a couple of ties. As that one goes out of play. Carly Kennedy will get it going for the Foothillers in their second corner kick of the match. The Norsemen won their last match against Steel Canyon, a team that Foothillers played here at home and ended up losing that match. So the next time the Foothillers see Steel Canyon, it'll be at their place. Jackie Ramos left-footed to Gonzalez. Alexa now trying to retrieve it and gets it. Or nearly gets it as it was out of play at a far side touchline. A throw-in for the Norsemen of Valhalla. Head coach Gil Vehar. Either his brother or family member, Will Vehar. Assistant coach Luis Martinez also assisting. Carly Kennedy dropping it back to Amber. Her pass was intercepted. She'll have to retreat back along with Marissa Angarola, who made a big play in that last match, as well as there were a lot of big defensive plays that were made that allowed the Foothillers the opportunity to win that late in a match. On a great shot by Mia Foster. And a beautiful part about the internet is you can watch that match as many times as you want. Either on GK Sports Channel or watch it streaming. On the near side, as Angarola wants to try to get to it, won't get to it. Trying to keep it in that time was DeWent. Correction on that. That was, it was DeWent. Bamey DeWent. A family affair on this Norseman team. Amber Huff out of her own defensive third all the way down. If you've never watched her before, she could do that kind of a thing. Get it all the way downfield, no problem. And it had to be touched out that time by Kowalczyk. Annabella protecting in the space for Valhalla. The Norsemen now 6-7-0 after that victory on the season. And 1-2 now in league play. Amber Huff towards the short box. Intercepted. Jackie Ramos up in the air. Again by Gonello and knocked away by DeWitt at the last moment. The height of Jamie Gonello causing problems that time for the Norsemen. It's the second shot for GROSSMONT in the match. And obviously they have 2 on target. 2 saves by DeWitt. Third corner kick of the match. A little bit of an outswinger brought down. The Norsemen able to win it. Sent it out of their own 18-yard area. Angarola touches it up. Gets it to Jackie Ramos. And it is off of Norseman player. And Jenna Smith, the freshman, does the right thing, gets that out of danger. So Amber Huff, another opportunity here to provide danger for the Norsemen. Anytime she can throw it from this close. It's a good one. It's knocked away, but here's an opportunity. And knocked away by the keeper again. 2 shots. And DeWitt shows she's up for the task today. And a nice save on the second one. So Amber Huff will try it again. For GROSSMONT. They'll be playing in Division I next year, more than likely UCI. Mercy of California at Irvine after the 5th shot. 5th on target. The Foothillers. Went making that save. Mia Foster. Angarola. Scantlin for Valhalla. The header forward. But getting back to it was Giovinco. Cross midfield. 50-50 ball goes on to Kennedy's cleat. Carly, good first touch. Finds Jennifer. Alexa Gonzalez dropping it back. Is intercepted. Victoria Ford. Down to Central. Taken away from her. Skylar Schrinkler. To Amber Huff. Finds the area and takes a good shot, but handled by DeWitt. Giovinco watches it go back to Ashlyn Dean. Substitution is going to occur, as it's good to see Cammie Correll come into this match. She was hurt at the end of the Granite Hills match. A little sore, but she's going to be in there. Alexa Gonzalez comes out. Victoria Ford. Intercepted by the Norsemen as they go upfield. Amber Huff quickly sends it right back to the area, the penalty area that is. Mia Foster had a kind of an errant touch. And so the Norsemen with possession. They give it away to Carly Kennedy. Carly sends an early ball for Cammie Correll, but she's not going to get to that. 7th shot for GROSSMONT. And the foul is going to work against GROSSMONT, and it'll be a free kick. The first one of either team in this match. Valhalla will take it. in this 0-0 match. You see the time? Our logo up in the right-hand corner. A lot better than it was in the last game, but as I mentioned before, we're going to continue to make improvements. Gets by Victoria Ford, but Dean makes the save on the fourth shot for Valhalla. Their second on target. Goes over the head of Jackie Ramos. Wall check down the right flank, but Cami Carell and kind of had an elbow that time. So the second free kick. Second foul now for Foothillers. And down the right flank, the Norseman. Riley Wells with it. Wells trying to get around Ford and does so. Sends it upfield for a pass towards the area. Rodriguez with it, and then they get another pass. Angarola blocked by Ford a little bit, and then that way Amber Huff could get to it. Jamie Ganello. Up forward to Jackie Ramos. A little bit of a nutmeg that time. Here is Schrinkler. Skyler being bumped. Skyler still on it. Gets it over to Ramos now in the corner, but she didn't get enough on the soccer ball to get it to her teammate. But they're able to win it upfield. Well, Carly Kennedy plays it out to Schrinkler, who plays it over to Huff. Amber changes direction now. Sends a pass out to Gonello, who tries to keep it in play, but could not do it. Errant touch that time, and it'll be a throw-in by the Norseman. Jenna Smith will throw it in. Substitutions are coming in for Valhalla. Taylor Aguilera comes in for the first time in this match as Jennifer Giovinco comes out, and Jamie Ganello comes out as Maddie Mayo is into the match for the Foothillers. Talion Burton, she is in the match. She is a sophomore. And Cara Pepper, the senior defender, is in the match for Valhalla. Amber Huff will throw it in. Went off Foster upfield now for Valhalla. Can they run onto it? No, they can't. Over to Amber Huff. Good first touch. Wants to switch the field, but Cami Carell just could not control it. And it's understandable. Amber Huff hits that ball really hard. She even took some off on that particular pass. The throw in out of their own defensive third. It's outside the area and upfield the Norseman, but Amber Huff runs onto it. Is intercepted. But now here's Victoria Ford being marked by two players, and they take it away from her. And now they're going to have a foot race, but Ashlyn Dean comes way off her line and drives it up to midfield and retreats back. Maddie Mayo can't get it. She was double teamed. Victoria Ford gets it over to Marissa. Nicely done. Here's Amber Huff trying to get to it, and it's going to be off of the Norseman player. Half of the first half is already gone and still no score. Burton to Rodriguez. Back to Burton. Talion Burton gets a return pass, but taken away by Angarola. A quick touch there by Pepper. Is intercepted. No call as Foster was knocked down. Victoria Ford onto the soccer ball. Gets it upfield, but it is out of play. And it will be a throw-in. And it might be it's going to be a free kick. As the tandem ref was able to see that from the far side of the field. So the first free kick of the match for the Foothillers. Will Lambert take it? Looks like she is. In this 0-0 match. Amber Huff drives it from midfield off of a bounce. And she was just a little off of that one. Otherwise, DeWint had to make a save on it from midfield. The Norsemen get a fresh player into the match. Didn't see who it was, but we at GK Sports, we will let you know who it is if they touch that soccer ball out on the pitch. In its 0-0 affair here at Jack Mashin Stadium. There's a foul on a play, and the third free kick is upcoming for Valhalla. There's the third foul. Foothillers of GROSSMONT. And the visiting team. Let's see what they do. It's headed towards the area, but it is interrupt there nicely by the Foothillers. The Norsemen getting another strike. And that was a pass out to Coronado, and Coronado from the central there getting a shot. That is the fifth shot. They're third on target for Valhalla. And the third save. Down the right flank. Brooke Dalma. Off a deflection. Forward. Right foots it. Intercepted into space by Valhalla. Mia Foster nearly got to it, but did not. Ford tries to stop progress in just a little bit, but down the right flank, Valhalla, they're still on the move. And the service, and it is knocked out of play, and it will be a throw-in. That's actually going to be a corner kick. And the tandem ref, he was trying to make sure it wasn't a throw-in. Valhalla on their second corner kick of the match. Set piece is always dangerous in the world of soccer, otherwise known in the world as football. The ball with the geometric designs of the world's most famous sport. Right on line, but not able to win it is Valhalla. Jenna Smith, her interior pass is taken away as Angarola, and it's going to work against Jackie Ramos. So, the fourth free kick now for Valhalla. And the fourth foul now for GROSSMONT is recorded. Greg GK Porter for GK Sports. We're at the game. Annabella Kowalczyk sends that ball down to central. Dean won't get to it as Amber Huff did first, but they have another strike. Second ball in, and it's intercepted by GROSSMONT. They send another ball in. Amber Huff intercepts it. But it's out of play as Victoria Ford wasn't able to get to it to keep it in. So the Norsemen continue on the attack here. On a direct line, and Dean has to make the save, punching it out of there. Upfield to Ramos. Nicely done. Sending it over to Cammie Carell. And they work tandemly there, but that ball is sent with too much velocity for Cammie to keep it in. Good little bit of work there by Jackie Ramos in the central to keep it going forward. Jenna Smith will throw it in. It's intercepted by Schrinkler. Smith gets to it. Carell into the central. And it's going to turn out to be a free kick now for GROSSMONT. Only the second of the match. Get it to Schrinkler. To Mia Foster. Brings it down nicely to Skylar Schrinkler. Amber Huff. Dangerous from there. It caroms off of a player of Valhalla. And they're able to keep it going upfield as they'll work out of their own defensive half. And now here's a foot race, but Dean is going to get to it first. Sends it over to the near side. Angarola, her left foot. And then Schrinkler back to Carly Kennedy for a give and go to Cammie Carell. Carell tries to bend it in and cannot. It's the 7th, or make that the 8th shot of the match for GROSSMONT. Substitutions for both teams. Jennifer Giovinco is coming in from the near side for GROSSMONT. A bevy of players are in for Valhalla, as Carly Kennedy is going to come out of the match and get a breather, and Alexa Gonzalez is going to come in for Jackie Ramos. So the goal kick. In his 0-0 match still in the first half. 12 and a half minutes left to play in the first half. Down the right flank. Intercepted. Now Amber Huff. Plenty of time and space. And Amber sends it with some velocity, but Alexa won't be able to get to it. So it'll be a throw-in for the Norsemen. Jenna Smith will throw it in. The last time that GROSSMONT lost to Granite Hills, they went on a 4-game win streak, and this is game 2. They won game 1 against Granite Hills, and they're trying to keep it going. And if they can duplicate a similar thing, they have a great chance to win the GROSSMONT Hills League, and if not, at least finish second and put a great record up going into the playoffs. There's only 3 weeks left. Angarola. Mia Foster. Mia gives it out to Jennifer. Will she be able to get to it? She does. Hustles to Maddie, but nobody was there. Mia touches it nicely to Jennifer. Tried to get around that player there in the central. Couldn't do it. Jennifer marked heavily there. Nicely done that time by Coronado. Jennifer runs onto it now. To Marissa. Good control. To Amber. Maddie can't quite get to it as it was knocked up to the outside. Waymeyer. Mia Foster gets it to Carell, and she was touched that time. And so was the ball. So it'll be a corner kick for GROSSMONT. The 4th corner kick for GROSSMONT. This is their 6th set piece of the match. And still a 0-0 affair. We're at Jack Mashin Stadium on a campus of GROSSMONT High School. Won by the Norsemen. And Amber Huff was trying to set him up that time, but she could not control it. Carell getting a shot off, though. On the 9th shot. 7th on target. Marissa Angarola retreats back, gives it to Dean, and Dean drives it on a direct line this time. Up forward. Some dangerous players. Here's Maddie Mayo. And Mayo, a little bit heavy of a touch that time, gave it away. Waymeyer sending it upfield. And it is out of play, knocked out by GROSSMONT. So it's going to be a throw-in for Valhalla. As we're inside 9 minutes left to play in the first half. Left-footed strike down to Central. Retreating back is Amber Huff. And that one is sent past the goal line by Riley Wells, the sophomore. Number 5. Taylor Aguilera is coming out of the match. And Carly Kennedy is coming in. I mentioned the rest of the season, the 3 weeks, is going to be predicated a lot on how healthy teams can stay. I saw something on Good Morning America with 5% of the nation being under flu-type viruses, which is huge. And so that colds and flus, of course, anytime during a wintry season is always going to be the problem. Offsides. And Dean with a free kick. GROSSMONT, they're only their third of the match. The near side, it corkscrews out of play. As Marissa Angarola will be able to throw it in. Skylar Schrinkler heading into a space there. And now on a convergence that time, Foster, but it was taken away from her and sent upfield. Angarola over to Jennifer Giovinco. Jennifer will allow it to go to Victoria as it went off the player in the space. Up forward to Kennedy. And it's going to be a free kick now. And this is danger for the Norsemen because Amber Huff can put it into the back of the net from here. The fourth free kick for GROSSMONT. Let's see what she decides to do. Just puts it on a line and a save by DeWint. It's 10 shots now. And now it's a foul against GROSSMONT. Fifth free kick, Valhalla. Cammie Carell doing a fine job of sending it upfield. Carly Kennedy. Jenna Smith, her pass intercepted. Hagen, Maddie. Went off of Jennifer Giovinco and now Mia Foster. Victoria Ford down the left flank there to Maddie Mayo. And Mayo just sends that ball. And it's going to be a save. And it's going to be a corner kick. Parents helping that one out. The tandem ref here at Jack Mashin Stadium into the game, as you can probably hear. Campus of GROSSMONT High School, Maddie Mayo comes out. Jackie Ramos comes back in for GROSSMONT in white. This is the fifth corner kick for the Foothillers in a 0-0 affair. The outswinger Up in the air, the header, and nicely done by Skylar Schrinkler. 9th shot on target. Rather, the 10th shot on target, that was. Throwing now for Valhalla. Security having problems with it, can't win it. And it turns out to be that she fouls Jennifer Giovinco. Amber Huff with the free kick. This is the fifth free kick of the match now. With 3.5 left to play in the first half. Amber Huff now weaving her way. Looks up. Intercepted by Mia Foster. Touches it nicely out to Jackie Ramos now. Ramos, a good bending ball and a save by DeWitt. If she gives up a rebound, it's into the back of the net. Nice save by DeWitt. And her 11th save of the match. This is the 13th shot. 11 on target. And DeWitt has been up to the task, as I said earlier, in this match. And she's had to be, otherwise it'd be at least 2-0. The Norsemen, who beat Steel Canyon in their last match. A team that gave the Foothillers problems right here at Jack Matchett Stadium. Down the right flank for Valhalla now. This is danger here. A pass out and getting a piece of it was D that time. Ashlyn D getting a piece of that soccer ball at the last moment. Was electing to pass at that time rather. And actually she didn't get a piece of it. It went by her. And it's going to be a goal kick. And that's even better for the Foothillers. Look like from my vantage point, she got a piece of that soccer ball, which would have been a corner kick for those of you who are still learning the game, or young kids. Jackie Ramos hustling now. And it's touched back to DeWitt. Just whizzed by Jackie. Here is Carly Kennedy. Carly touches it nicely back to Schrinkler, who can handle it. Gives it right to Marissa Angarola, who can do the same thing. Down to central. Goes out wide, but didn't have enough on it to get to Alexa or her teammate who was in the space. Back with it are the Norsemen down their right flank. And they got a speedy striker going after that soccer ball, and they're going to win it there. Into the area. Here's another danger play, and not able to handle it down to central. That time was Riley Wills. So they got a good run down the right flank, and they surprised the Foothillers, able to beat them on that left side defense. And these are the types of things that the Foothillers have had to deal with in the games that they've been challenged and or have lost into. And the Norsemen wanting to do some more of that as the save was made. Mia Foster, and she goes down, and it's won in the central by Smith. Rodriguez, an early ball now, and Dean's got to make a decision, and comes off her line. And at the edge of the area is able to get her hands on it and make the save. Four shots on target for Valhalla. And here they come again on another run. And nobody's there to mark. And this is really danger. And they put it into the back of the net. Nobody on the left side defense. And the Norsemen now lead 1-0. No offsides called. And it is 1-0. So on the 8th shot, on target, the 5th one on target. This is 1-0. This one scored at the 39th minute of the match. We'll find out who scored that one. You probably saw it. I'm at ground level watching this match. And I hear it was number 15, the sophomore forward, Bethany Sakuti. Can the Foothillers get an equalizer before the end of this first half? Or will it be a 1-0 score? Or worse? That's the end. It'll be a 1-0 score at the end of the first half. So a different type of match than the Granite Hills match. But the similarity is the fact that the Foothillers are down again another half time with no score. And this time, a little closer. It is only 1-0 vice 2-0. We'll see what they can come up with in the second half. It can be a tale of two halves. Stick with us. It could be about 10 to 15 minutes. And we'll be right back if you're watching the live streaming right here at Jack Mashin Stadium.
See the record button?
Yeah, I can see it right now.
You can turn it off.
Okay, go ahead and turn it off.
Make sure it's off.
Okay, yeah, it's blue now.
Okay. Just watch it. Just look at before you start, just look over and I'll start it until you see it. Then it's the deal. There it is.
Hey, George, can you do me a favor?
see it? Yeah. It's ready to go.
Stats in the first half for Grossmont. They had a total of 14 shots in the first half. There were 12 of them that were on target. 5 free kicks for Grossmont. They had 5 corner kicks. They also had 5 fouls. And there was a total of 4 saves for Ashlyn Dean. For Valhalla, the Norsemen, they get the goal at the 39th minute by Sakuti. And they had a total of 8 shots. 5 of them were on target. They had 5 free kicks, 2 corner kicks, 1 offsides, and a total of 12 shots on target.
Sports. Look under GROSSMONT VALHALLA, and the game will be there. Thank you, everyone. The game is being live streamed.
Well, just about time to shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. The Norsemen will be going from left to right,
Let's hear it for the players.
and right to left is Grossmont in this 1-0 match.
Go Hillers!
Fernando Ramos and Nick Ager and Megan Long have given their instructions to try and go out and win this match. Well, they got some work to do down 1-0. They've been playing very well in second half of matches. Starting with the Helix match. And then, of course, saw what happened in the Granite Hills match. And can they do it again? With Jackie Ramos now, as one of the bad trends that has happened, in their last few games, they've been having a player somewhat injured. If not truly injured for a while in the case of Kira Smingy, who hasn't been able to come back. Cammie Carell was injured somewhat towards the end of the match, but she was able to play. She's able to play in this match, as you've seen. You see her coming over to Coach Craig of the JV team to talk, as Nick Ager and Fernando are with Victoria. And, of course, Fernando, that's his daughter. And maybe Craig is going to, and she's just going to get off the field of play, just kind of scoot since she was right next to the line, and so now play will continue on. As a fresh player has been put into the match for Grossmont. Amber Huff now to throw it in. It's a good one, up in the air. But in the other direction, if you're Grossmont, it's not where you wanted it to go. And if you're Valhalla, that's where you wanted it to go, upfield. As they now on the right flank have been giving problems for the Foothillers now. Taylor Aguilera not extending the arm and playing well, marking that time Riley Wells. So here's another opportunity for the Norsemen to try to get a comfortable lead early on here in the second half with a corner kick. This is their third of the match. They had 2 in the first half. Outswinger, trying to get it, and they do. Send it in the area, and they put it into the back of the net. 2-0. As they had a good service in to the short box, and not enough players there for GROSSMONT to mark up. Annabella Kowalczyk puts it into the back of the net. And the Norsemen, who beat Steel Canyon in the last match, are continuing their success as they get a goal here in the 44th minute of the match. Kowalczyk. Set piece is always dangerous in the world of soccer. And it's going to be a free kick now for Valhalla. Their 6th free kick of the match. Kowalczyk, her pass was intercepted. Retreating back, getting onto that soccer ball was Fielding down the left flank. And they get another strike, intercepted by Amber Huff. Huff now, who's seen this act before, being down 2-0, and going to try to get things going here. Gonzalez wanted to get that strike into space, but wasn't able to do so, as that defender sent it out of play, and it'll be a corner kick. So now GROSSMONT with the opportunity to do the same thing that Valhalla did and erase the 2-goal lead. At least cut it in half. The header. Intercepted as Cami Carell couldn't get to that one. Upfield. Aguilera. Taken away, and Scuti, who scored the goal, and they were offsides this time. DeWint was offsides. So it's a free kick now for GROSSMONT. First one in the second half, their 6th of the match. Amber Huff sweeps it over to upfield. Cami Carell, Foster, and it was out of play. So it'll be a throw-in now. Still plenty of time in the second half. If you're a fan of GROSSMONT Foothillers, you try and get an equalizer out of this match, or maybe do another electrifying victory like they did in the last one. And those are tough to come by, 2 in a row. So it's going to be a Herculean effort. Amber Huff. Intercepted. Missing it up forward was Scuti. But now she runs back and gets it now. And here's DeWint now. DeWint is in. DeWint looking to see what she wants to do. And indeed, and then they can't keep it out as it's put into the back of the net by Riley Wells. So Wells gets it at the 49th minute of the match. And it is now 3-0. As down the left flank, being victimized are the Foothillers. And those wings have really created problems last number of games when the Foothillers have been losing games and tying them. And it rears its ugly head if you're the Foothillers here again tonight. Not Norseman up forward. Angarola intercepted it. Marissa winning it over to Amber Huff. Plenty of time and space. She strikes it forward to Gonzalez. Gonzalez plays it forward to Mia Foster, but her teammate, Maddie Mayo, wasn't able to get to it. But intercepting it is Victoria Ford. Nice step over. And then to the near side, Cammie Carell off of her cleat, where Foster wasn't able to get to it. But upfield now, running onto it is Taylor Aguilera, and she sent it off her teammate's knee out of play. So now it's a throw-in now by the Norsemen. Down 3-0. Playing at home. Got to try to find some of that magic that they did on the road. This time down by 3 goals, vice 2. Maybe the victory is out of the question here, but maybe a possible equalizer late in the match. Well, we'll see. But some things are going to happen in a hurry. Because you got to get the first one before you can get the second one and the third one. And coming in now is Jamie Ganello. And Angarola comes out. And it looks like 3 players are coming in now for Valhalla. As Riley Wells comes out of the match. And while she was in, she scored. Well, check in this match. Her also in the second half. Because it was 1-0 at the end of the first half, if you just checked in. Maddie Mayo. Valhalla has won the least amount of games between the two teams, but they are coming on here in the Grossmont Hills League, being able to win their last game over Steel Canyon, who was in the higher of the standings. And now leading big against Grossmont on the road. And Grossmont winning 10 games already this season. Valhalla with 6. And beautiful hues here you'll see in the ultra-high depth. Ultra-high definition. Tough to see as well on the live streaming. Make sure you take a look at this match in the ultra-high definition as well. GK Sports, a service. And this one looks like it's going to go out of play off of the knee of Brooke Dama. So it's a throw-in now for Grossmont. Victoria Ford. Still a lot of time here in the second half for the Norsemen. Leading big 3-0, as you can see on your video screen. Down the left flank. Jamie Ganello going after it. Sends it to Ganello now. Mia Foster, and it is off of Jamie, and it'll be a throw-in. Jamie, a lot more playing time in this match than she has in a while. Not in a hurry. Coming in now into the match is Cara Pepper, another defender of the Norsemen. Going to be a throw-in again for Valhalla. Into space. Gonzalez winning the soccer ball. Back to Victoria Ford, but it was already out of play. So it's a throw-in now again for Valhalla. And every time it goes out, it helps their cause in holding on to this 3-0 lead. On another beautiful day, if you just checked in Southern California in the wintertime. As the sky testifies to. Free kick. Walczyk will take the free kick. 7th free kick of the match, and it's a good one. And they just missed the far post. Nevertheless, another shot for Valhalla. 10 shots in the match, but more importantly for the Norsemen is they have 3 goals. GLP bringing you the sights and sounds. George Langevin at Jagmashin Stadium out here in the border of El Cajon, the western border. Valhalla, way east of El Cajon. Down the left flank, Carly Kennedy runs onto it. Carly sends it forward to Amber Huff. Nobody was there, was too far in front of Mia Foster. 50-50 ball as Ford wins it. Victoria, good hustle play that time. Gunello sends it back to Foster, but she couldn't run onto it as it was taken away that time by Scantlin. Cami Carell. And it's taken out of play. Cami with that bandage around her left knee. Now was the one that was hurt in the last game against Granite Hills. Carly Kennedy. Somewhat of a bunker-type mentality here in the second half. But when they have opportunities, they're trying to make the most of them, the Norsemen, and they were offsides in this particular opportunity. It's their first offsides in the second half. 7th free kick of the match for GROSSMONT. Marissa Angarola is back into the match, and now Kylie Dees is into the match. Victoria Ford over to Alexa Gonzalez. Puts a good diagonal pass. Skylar Schrinkler. Skylar down up forward to Kylie Dees. And then Mia Foster stays with it. And she was pressured and then too much with the body on the back of Mia Foster. So now it's a free kick. With the team in white, GROSSMONT Foothillers. Amber Huff. See what she decides to do with it. Can easily put it into the back of the net? Or will she try and get it to a teammate? Amber Huff. It was intercepted. And the Norsemen having a good wall that time. Good defense. Cami Carell. Victoria Ford just sends it down to central, but Mia won't be able to get to it. As Kowalczyk, who's already scored a goal, was able to do so. And now up forward. And Ashlyn Dean is not going to play around with that. Gets to it first. What a valuable player she has been for her team this season. Ashlyn Dean, keeper. Gets to play one more year of high school soccer. A free kick. Kowalczyk intercepted by Kennedy. And that's going to work against the Norsemen. And a yellow card. I believe the yellow card was on Carly DeWint. Is the yellow. So they bring a fresh player into the match. So Amber Huff with the free kick. Usually a free kick from this distance is not troublesome, but when you have Amber Huff driving it upfield, it is a big deal. Just can get into that attacking third. The Norsemen are going to be able to throw it in as it was touched out by GROSSMONT. Brooke Dama is coming out of the match. Jennifer Giovinco for GROSSMONT in white. And Patil Kasadian is into the match for Valhalla. As they lead 3-0. Just inside 21 minutes left to play in the match. Down to central. Giovinco. Good ball up forward now. And they're going to get a chance to try to put it in the back of the net. And it is into the back of the net. A goal. Goal, 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 goal. Good rush up the field. And getting into the fray that time was the defender, Giovinco. And then had too many numbers to defend. And it's now 3-1. And that same thing on Kowalczyk's goal in the 6-yard box, working against GROSSMONT. And this time, GROSSMONT doing what they needed to do. Cut into the lead. That was the first shot on target. In the second half for GROSSMONT. But inside 20 minutes, and to have a chance for an equalizer, they're going to have to get another one pretty quickly. As we're in the second half of this match. And I say that because on very warm days in youth soccer, they have water breaks. They usually cut it right in the middle. It's going to be a corner kick for GROSSMONT. Their 7th of the match. Set piece is always dangerous. If you're GROSSMONT, you need this one. The header forward, a strike and a save by DeWint. They got a good strike, but DeWint was there to make the save, and she has been huge in this match. As I mentioned in the first half, they could have been ahead 2-0 if it wasn't for DeWint's saves in that first half. But now, as GROSSMONT likes to do in the second half, they start heating up. But they're still down by 2 goals. Amber Huff now runs onto it. Huff now makes the turn. Amber Huff now sends it forward. It's intercepted. Huff gets enough onto the soccer ball. It's sending it forward, but intercepted by Valhalla. But then they send it out of play, and it's a throw-in. And this is danger if Amber Huff throws it in. Throws it forward, and it is off of GROSSMONT, and it will be a throw-in for Valhalla. And a substitution package is going to come in for the Norsemen. As Isabella Coronado, number 9, is coming out of the match, along with Cara Pepper is coming out, number 8. Maddie Hagen, the midfielder, is coming in. She's number 7, senior. And also Ariana Rodriguez, the sophomore, midfielders in as well, as they want to get more strength in the midfield area. But now here's a free kick just outside the penalty area. Coming down to 17 minutes left to go in the match. Mia Foster with a free kick. The 9th one. Hitting it right at DeWint, and DeWint makes a save. Another shot. Midfield, Foster doesn't get it. Aguilera misses it now, and it's going to be a foot race. Aguilera tries to get back there, so does Foster, and Aguilera wins it. And without fouling the striker. And that was the key thing in that sequence of your GROSSMONT. Offsides. VALHALLA. It's the 10th free kick. And they have as many the second half as they did in the first half. Foothillers in the central, and it's now going to be a free kick as the foul. Carly Kennedy drawing that foul. And another one. 6th one. Amber Huff sending it, and nobody was there. And Aguilera was going to watch it go out of play. So it'll be a throw-in. But if you're GROSSMONT, you want to keep the soccer ball in play as running clock goes. And you're down by 2 goals. And the Norsemen, they know that. They're going to take advantage of every opportunity they can, leading by 2. Season starting out real well at home for the Foothillers. But things have changed a little bit lately at home. And they're going to need to do quite a bit of work here to get an equalizer and come out of here with a tie. Amber Huff now with it. Left-footed, and she's very accurate at it. Up in the air and out of play. Very accurate with her left foot. And that time, DeWint had to range over very quickly with her arm to get that one to keep it from going into the back of the net. The corner kick now. The 8th corner kick of the match now for GROSSMONT. The header is a good one! And was she past the line? She wasn't. Oh, that was close that time. Huff now! It's knocked away again to get 2 shots. Sending it again into the area off of a bounce. This is going to be tough. Misses it. It goes back. DeWint to make the save. And DeWint now having to make 3 quick saves. Aguilera to Foster. That's the action you just got through seeing that GROSSMONT has to continue to do to have a chance to get an equalizer in this match. They have to continue to pepper the net as DeWint has played well. Mia Foster bends it, and DeWint doesn't get it, and then finally pounces onto it. And you have to be careful not to touch the keeper. Nevertheless, another shot. And DeWint. Taylor Aguilera going back and gets it. Allows Dean to get to it. The header forward. Carly Kennedy touches it out to the Y. Victoria Ford will race towards it. Victoria wins it now. Victoria Ford now still on the soccer ball. Knows the defender's there. Left foot's it now. Oh, just almost got it to her teammate in the central, Alexa Gonzalez. Big defensive play in a 6-yard box to keep it from getting to Gonzalez. And that would have been danger if you're Valhalla. 3-1. Little more than 12 minutes left to play in a match. The corner kick for GROSSMONT. In the central, couldn't get a strike. This could be danger here if you're the GROSSMONT. And it is out of play. The throw in by Amber Huff on a direct line. Sent forward by Schrinkler. Played out wide and then a shot and just missed on the far post. Again, continuing to pepper the net and have to continue to do that to have any chance of getting an equalizer. Down by 2. Coming back into the match is Riley Wells, who scored the last goal for the Norsemen. Trying to put some more pressure up forward to expand the field. Schrinkler. Schuyler gives it back. The header, nicely done by Carly Kennedy to Angarola. Foster. Amber Huff now going to try to find a spot. Huff still on the soccer ball. Huff now, real danger here. Hits it hard, and it is off the Valhalla Norseman player, and it is going to be a corner kick. The 10th corner kick coming up for GROSSMONT. 10.5 left to play in the match. Down by 2. Huff now, a good bending ball, and they just can't control it that time. Not in a hurry is DeWint. Clock running down. When she kicks it, it'll be inside 10 minutes left to go in the match. Mia Foster sitting in some space, looking for Kennedy. And Kennedy couldn't get to it. It's sent upfield, but it will go out of play. Victoria Ford throws it in. Into the space. Mia Foster now. She's danger here. Foster sends it over to Angarola. Left foot's in and just couldn't get what she wanted on that shot. Mia Foster, a very, very key player for what the GROSSMONT Foothillers have been able to do successfully this match and the entire season. Just has that finesse. Able to sense when players are near how to strike the soccer ball. Gets in the channels, and that is huge. I mentioned a lot about Amber Huff, but she can't do it without the other players, and Mia Foster is a key integral part of what happens up forward. Eight and a half left to play in the match. And Valhalla likes where they have the ball at right now. And it's a throw-in. And this one's sent over to Dean, and she didn't want to overrun that. And makes the save. Amber Huff has it. Couldn't handle it that time to midfield. The Norsemen have it. 7 in the second half. Up in the air. This is a tough one for DeWint, but she makes the save. At midfield with 6.5 left to play in the match. Now here's an early ball. Taylor Aguilera trying to get to it. There was no offsides. The flag was down, and now here's danger. And Victoria Ford is able to intercept it as she was able to get back and help out Ashlyn Dean. But now, cutting off the sides of the field is Valhalla. And Angarola playing tough on the outside. The throw in now for Valhalla. It's only the second one in the second half for Valhalla, the fourth only in the match. They've been beat by just about every number in this match except for the score, down 3-1 with 5 minutes left to play in a match. Norsemen looking for their 7th victory on the season. And a whistle. And a corner kick will occur again. It's a pretty good one, and put it into the back of the net. Is a good connection that time. It's 4-1, Valhalla. Max Ray, the sophomore, gets the goal. And she gets it at the 76th minute of the match. So Sekuti, Walchik, Wells, and Ray, the goal scorers in this match. And anytime you give up 4, usually at this level, it spells defeat. 4-1. The Norsemen coming on the road on a warm day and doing what they need to do for the second game in a row after beating Steel Canyon. And they're heating up in the Grossmont Hills League. But can Grossmont get another goal and maybe cut it in half for scoring purposes? Dean. And for things maybe that they can work on late in the match that they can utilize in the next match that they play Grossmont or the Norsemen at their home. Knocked in, down in the area. That could be a penalty kick. If she was knocked down in the penalty area, that's a penalty shot. The tandem refs talking it out. Was it outside the penalty area or was it inside? If it's inside, that's a penalty shot. That means the striker, and it is. It's going to be a penalty shot. A kick from the mark. The chance to cut it in half, but very limited time left. Just over 2 minutes left to play in a match. And now that last goal by Ray looms large. Off that corner kick. And a save, and it can't get it as DeWitt has played a great game as keeper. Mia Foster not able to put it into the back of the net. DeWitt. Many saves in this match. And those ones early have created the situation to where now late in the match with inside 2 minutes left to play, you have the Norsemen with a huge lead. And it looks like they're going to win this match. Foster intercepts it. Sent out a play by Sophia Felding, the sophomore. Lion's shares of the touches in this match have been in favor of Grossmont. The possession time has been in favor of Grossmont. but the score is in favor of Valhalla as they lead 4-1. Amber Huff is back in the match. Jamie Ganella comes out. And Amber Huff is going to throw it in. On a line, the header, a good one by the deep defender. Knocked out of play. They'll get a corner. Grossmont will. The 6th corner kick now for Grossmont. 11. The time on your screen is not the accurate time. It is held by the tandem refs up in the air. But missing the penalty kick. It was looming large. A shot, but DeWint has also loomed large as she's made a lot of saves in this match. Anytime you make a save on a penalty kick is huge. Off of a bounce. Forward now. And they'll have a player run on, and she's in against Dean. And Dean makes a save as Ashley Dean gets to the soccer ball after the save. Mia Foster. And is it going to be another penalty shot? No, it is not. A yellow card, and it must have been right outside. It's right outside the area, not a penalty shot. As the other side of the field, tandem ref making that call. And one of the players getting a fine round of applause, Kowalczyk, who scored a goal. Not going to come back in. Jennifer Giovinco. Or is that? No, that was that's Schrinkler with that pass. Amber Huff. It deflects. And upfield now Amber has to chase it down. And her teammates. Sends it right over her head. But nobody was there. But the orange of Valhalla. And now down their left flank. Cammie Carell. Dean comes off her line. Able to keep that from getting over her head. It goes out of play. And it'll be a throw in. Nice decision by Ashlyn Dean. Sacrificing herself to make that save, though. Down the left flank. He went with a good run. Intercepted by Angarola. Valhalla with a shot, and Dean is able to make the save. Another shot for Valhalla. And these ladies of Valhalla finding a way to play good soccer here in the last 3 weeks plus of the season. Trying to position themselves for a chance to get into the playoffs. But they're going to have to keep doing it if that's going to happen. You're going to have to play like this and like last week. And if they do, they will get in the playoffs, as they are going to get their 7th victory. They're 7-7 now, and 2-2 in the league, and they now lead 5-1. That is most goals given up all season long by Grossmont. Schrinkler. Foster. And it is sent out of play. Be a throw-in for Valhalla, the road team, coming to the other part of El Cajon, having themselves a good match. And that's it. The final score, 5-1, as the Northmen getting their biggest road victory of the season, probably. Winning 5-1, especially this late in the season over the Foothillers. Hoping you have enjoyed this match on GK Sports, Girls Varsity Soccer. There'll be another one for GROSSMONT coming up on Thursday. Stats on the match. 27 shots for GROSSMONT as they pepper the net. 20 of them were on target. An amazing match played by DeWint. At a total of 13 free kicks, 11 corner kicks, 6 fouls, and a total of 9 saves for Ashlyn Dean. $15 shots. Valhalla. 9 were on target. 8 free kicks, 4 corner kicks. They were offsides 5 times. And their keeper made 20 saves. Norsemen winning it 5-1. I'm Greg G.K. Porter from Jack Mashin Stadium on the campus of GROSSMONT. Hopefully you enjoyed this match. And we will be around next time for another match in a couple of days. So check here on the GK Sports YouTube channel, and you'll see it on live streaming or ultra high def. Bye now from El Cajon's GROSSMONT High School. No, it's off now. You had already turned